This one is different than the other one.
Yeah, this is
Just go around and do that.
so everybody's aware, and we are live streaming, so you are aware. Going to come back. No? Okay, all right, we'll get started then. So everybody's aware, and we are live streaming. Good afternoon, and welcome to the Trade First item on the agenda Okay, so Nan Potter is here to represent the property owners. I sent around the original application along with some original pictures. Nan has some additional photographs that she wants to go through and share. But the issue is with the two trees, they are uprooting sidewalks, so it's creating a pedestrian safety hazard. And how we can address this. There are some options that have been thrown out and discussed. Most of the board or commission members here, I believe, have gone to the site and looked at it. So I'm going to ask you, Nan, first to, and then we can start to discuss this, but now that we are officially in the meeting, to go through some of your presentation to the board.
Sure. Thank you for having us here. We love the trees, so we are in no way thinking that the trees should go. Our only real concern is the safety hazard and the snow that's coming and these stones that are like this. So, so if in liability, now that we've exposed it to the city, we hope to have everybody be liable if we don't come to some sort of a solution for it. So the trees are healthy, they are blooming, they're beautiful, but our tree person, this part here is just totally going in. And this part, they are all similar pictures of the same tree. This is my favorite tree. But he says it's totally hollow, and he can go all the way up in it to this point, all the way up. All the way up to there. He said if we start to shave the roots, we're going to hurt the tree more. So he definitely said he did not think we should shave the roots. We are not opposed to moving the sidewalk. I am just trying to figure out how to make it go straight from the two buildings all the way around without it going in this way, because if you move the bricks back and you move the sidewalk back, which is what Sue is saying, as it stands now, where's it gonna go?
Well, you have the bench there as well in this one picture. You can see where the bench is. I would not be opposed because the bricks are really, they're more decorative. I mean, they do pose also, a surface that you can walk over, beautiful. But the condition of the bricks and that they're more apt to be unlevel. So I would prefer to see the solid bluestone moved over, picked up and moved over, and then let this area just be, just a natural, mulched area. And it looks fairly level. This, I think you can maybe put some material in to raise it slightly and then go down. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be, straight horizontal. It can have a slight rise and fall. So I think between using the curve to go around and a rise and fall of some added material underneath to support the bluestone, moving the brick on that side for a distance, I think would allow that walkway to continue respectfully. Does that sound like?
Well, it does. It does. It's still not, so, okay, so you're saying like, that's what I call tree one. Tree one's right in front of you, and see that.
Okay, that's the north front street. No, that's.
I mean, sorry, it's on, it's the tree when you come out of the M&T, Green Street side.
Okay.
That's the tree. And
That's this one.
yeah, this is the last one up the hill. That's past 108.
Okay.
I mean 175. That's the tree. So we obviously we can get rid of the shatter. We can put in another piece of bluestone. But are you saying I can take this bluestone and this bluestone and move it basically over here?
Yes,
And
that's
just
what I'm
get rid of
saying.
this whole thing. But I don't want to do the whole street.
No, I'm not saying that I want you to do that either. No, I want you, right, you just use it and then just.
So you see, this is a root. That tree.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I somebody actually like trying to watch a lot of it.
You're trying to watch.
The live stream, there's still a lot of it.
It's, I can't help it. I mean, that's where we're located maybe. That's why I had to turn it down a little, my sound down.
It's not gonna be able to be watched live stream.
No, it should be picking up us, but there's background noise.
Interference sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, it's picking something up from somewhere. I mean, it's the Wi-Fi. I'm trying to, just broadcasting it that way. But there's background noise.
Interference sounds like.
So, yeah, so I think if we took it and then just
So
moved.
can somebody come back up there and tell me where I have to move it to so that I can do it the
Yeah.
right way the first time?
Yeah, I think, basically what we're saying is take away, this stretch of brick on the inside,
All the way
okay?
across.
Right, I mean, you don't have to do it the whole distance of the whole property, but just in the vicinity of each tree, okay? And then move the solid bluestone. In this case, you're gonna have to replace some of the bluestone because it is so broken up. And then just bring that out slowly and put some material in. You're not gonna have to raise it, the 3 or 4 inches where it is right next to the tree. It might have to come up an inch maybe or so. So you bring some material in, have a slow rise, and then go around the tree and then go back down and meet back up with the sidewalk.
Sounds like something. I wanted Fernando here, but he unfortunately on his vacation.
Okay, well, I mean, if he, when he comes back, if he's going to be doing the work, give me a call and we can come up and we can meet him on site and go over what, you
I
know.
just, I looked at this picture and so we have room to do what you're saying.
I think you will, I do think you will, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a landscaper mason.
Yeah, exactly, it's just,
Yeah,
it's beautiful job.
I made him so many compliments on that. He said, I did your reputation a lot.
Yeah,
And I said, and I got you a lot of business. So, yeah.
So he told me, it's like, he's booked for a year.
He is, and he's keeping special customers like us.
Yeah, yeah, nice, yeah, very nice.
So, okay, so I don't even have to wait till he comes back because, what kind of permitting is required of this? So that's a
you
question.
would need to get a permit from the DPW to do work in the sidewalk area.
That's not.
And it requires a continued permit and providing insurance for the work while it's going on,
Okay,
okay?
so. in
And
other words-
obviously, you're gonna protect, you have to protect, all pedestrians, vehicular safety, all of that's going on.
You know, but they don't, they're in this three. Power marshals.
I am.
There's the danger left.
Okay,
And painting all the trees on the top. This is what's it called? The lift.
okay,
Water.
Truck. We're out.
okay.
We're doing it, but I mean, that place is coming out.
And then I'm gonna have you sit here because the meal is going.
Safe work, too. Safe, safety. Underground material, safety.
Right, we might, you have a meeting call on the work you're doing now. Yeah, I mean, your contractor will know, I mean, the standard for law, and that's in the DPW permit.
Okay, get rid of the brick, move the blue stone back,
Right,
and don't touch the trees or anything like that.
right, yeah.
Take away the bricks.
Right, so what Kareem is saying is that around the base of the tree here, see how the brick is snugged right up to the trunk of the tree, to pull that away as well.
Those in.
Yeah, pull that away, and then that will, and then mulch that as well, and then that will
The
be,
city is sold,
probably through a renewal, or, yeah, or CDBG project.
okay, because it was really interesting, so how did this get approved for this sidewalk that goes on the other side, right up to our sidewalk? How did everything, how did they get away with it?
I don't know.
But you don't want to see that.
No,
We don't want to do it either.
no, the bluestone, we obviously want to encourage and promote the use of bluestone throughout Kingston. So wherever it is, we want to save it, and where it's not, we like to promote it be used as the replacement product.
Okay, I'm good, you're good.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah,
Great.
So,
so give me,
you just stop and show me how far back you foresee it,
yeah.
and then we can get things.
You know what, I'll look at my calendar, maybe, after Cuba tomorrow, we can just chat for a couple minutes, or you can go up after Cuba,
Yep,
if
actually.
that works.
Be fine, because the owner will be there and we can
Okay,
explain it.
all right, because we'll be right uptown, so that will work.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, 10 o'clock-ish, will we be done, you think, with Cuba?
I would hope so. Yes.
That's what they shoot for.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
Here, this shows the continuous. So there's a tree there and there's two trees over here. This path will move back here, this won't get touched.
Right,
And when we get up to this one here, it'll get moved back.
it'll move back and then, blend back in with the regular sidewalk. Yep. Okay?
More valuable factor.
No. Keep it up early, so. Yeah, you have that long one, let it keep that one. That's good. Okay, great.
Okay, I'm good.
What you guys say about this particular tree? Because it's still.
It's hollow up to there, he said, which is never. Yeah, he said he could literally stick his head all the way up through.
Typically, the outside.
We agree, it looks really healthy on the outside, we agree the green leaves are beautiful, we agree the trees, we're not against trees.
Did it get hit or struck by lightning? I mean, it's a weird, straight kind of, if there's, obviously he would know if there's an infestation. I mean, that
Did not
takes
suspect
out.
that, yeah.
Okay, he would see evidence of that. And Ryan Coombs looked at it too, he didn't mention infestation. I'll look at it tomorrow. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, great, thank
Thanks for
you.
serving on the commission, I really appreciate anybody who volunteers for commission. I've got my share.
Yes, you got.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so the next item on our agenda is just an update on the tree planting project. Obviously, we did the spring planting. We did have some concerns about those plantings with the drought. But the property owners who received those trees have been very creative, using other means to get water. They've used rain barrels that they've had. They've used their water from air conditioning units or dehumidifiers to water them. So we've looked around at a few of them, and they seem to be holding up well. So hopefully, our fingers are crossed that the couple of rains that we're getting are going to help recharge them a little bit, and we'll be okay. The fall planting, we did the RFP, it's been awarded, the name of the firm escapes me, but they're from Long Island. So we are ready to issue that contract. We expect that there will be 35 new trees planted in October with that planting. Any residual funds that are left over, we're looking at doing, spending in next spring. Our grant expired in April, so we see no reason why we can't get the last remaining trees in the ground for the spring. So that will close out that grant. It's been a really, received very positively. We're still getting requests in for plantings, so. Hopefully, we will try and find some funds in the future for another planting grant. Kyla does have that, I don't have that information, but I can email that out to you, about what's going to go in. Yeah, I mean, there was some concern about doing the fall planting because of the drought, but we're told that, with the fall planting, we should have that right. And they will be used in the diapers, with them as in the spring planting. We did find a couple of property owners didn't know what they were, so they were pulling them out of the ground, and we were like, no, leave them in the ground. That's what retains the moisture and dissipates slowly. So we had to educate some of our recipients of trees, but for the most part, they're all intact, which is good news. That would come the fall, yeah. So it was a very successful project. Arbor Day 2023, I don't know if everybody saw this morning, Kyla sent around another potential location, which I kind of like. I know we had talked a little bit about doing planting at the Kingston Point, which we could still, with some of the residual funds, maybe we can do a tree planting at Kingston Point, but We looked at the rundown neighborhood center at 103 Broadway. And Carla sent around this email this morning with a photograph of of the site. And there's a beautiful spot right there on Broadway, large green lawn area that can use a really nice tree. She's spoken with with Lindsay Timbrook, and there are programs that go on there with children that do arts and crafts, and other projects, and we think that it would be a great way, to get kids involved again, since we've gone through pretty much every school in the Kingston area. We like dealing with the kids. I think it's a great way to go. Amanda is always likes to do that, but she couldn't make it. Amanda's sick, so she couldn't make it. I think I like this idea. I don't know, if you are interested in it, and I'm looking for a couple of commission members to kind of sign on and create a mini committee to do the project, to get it going. I don't want to wait like we did last year and end up in a position where we were, kind of scrambling to get an early day event, even though it was a good event. I'd like to prepare this year. It's a nice lawn. We could do a large tree, which we seldom have an opportunity to do, a nice big shade tree would be great. And I mean, I know we did the fruit tree last year, and I know we committed to maybe potentially doing some more of those, but, and obviously we can work with the kids. I mean, maybe we can do a couple of trees, I don't know. There's no reason, but I mean, it's a nice space, it's very physical. I think it would be good to look into the programming that the kids do there. If they wanted to do arts and crafts project, they could do something, and we could, promote it, hang it in the neighborhood center as a little mini art exhibit. We've got some pretty active neighbors right there too, in the Rear Center and with the Art Society of Kingston. Located right in that immediate area. And, they might be willing to do something with the kids, particularly the Art Society of Kingston, maybe to do a project for the kids. I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out, seeing what sticks. I don't know if anybody else has any thoughts. Yeah. So, I mean, unless others had other ideas, I mean, this was one that we thought was worthy of following up on. Yeah. So we don't have that opportunity to deal with that. And I like the big tree, I really do. I like to be able to be so big. Yeah. We don't have that opportunity. Yeah, and obviously this just came up, so we haven't even looked. I mean, I don't think that there's any underground utilities there. I mean, things like that have to still be checked out, but I mean, we were just brainstorming in our office and trying to think of what might be, an opportunity. And this, Kyla mentioned that there had been a tree taken down there a few years back and nothing ever got replaced. So she thinks that, Lindsay she's the director of Parks and Rec. Yeah, she's in favor of it. Yeah. Yeah. She's in favor of planting a tree in all of her parks. She will take a tree in any park that we can give her. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think if we're gonna, I like last year using the fruit tree, especially where we put it with the community garden there. And I think putting a couple more along that trail, as you said, is, I think, a great idea of building like a, public kind of community fruit garden or orchard. I think that's appropriate. Here, I agree with Vince somewhat. I think that, going a different route would be more appropriate. I mean, obviously, that's me, and the board commission here, and we want to work with the Parks and Rec Department to see what they think, or would want. Right, I mean, obviously, that's me. So can I get a couple of people to sign on as a committee, a little subcommittee, and move this project? Anybody? Takers? Right. Well, okay, we'll think about it, but we do want people to work on it.
I don't mind working on it, but I can't be in charge.
Okay. Okay, well, maybe Amanda would do it. Amanda loved this project last, yeah, so she is, okay, so I will talk to Amanda about it and see if she's carried. Okay. All right, good. Other than that, I really, wanted to just chat a little bit about future meetings if this time works for people. It seems to be, now that we're back in person, I think the 5 o'clock time slot is a better time. It certainly.
It's easier to park, that's for sure.
That's true than the 3:30, yeah. But,
And you work out of town, so
I
you can't.
work in Denver,
right, and Amanda is down in Newburgh, so she would normally be able to make this, but, she, like I said, she's not feeling well, so she didn't want to come to an in-person meeting. Okay. So we'll keep it then at 5. We'll move all of our meetings then to 5. Second Tuesday of the month seems to be okay with everybody.
I almost showed up at 3:30. And I saw in the papers at 5 o'clock, and I'm like, well, that's wrong. And then I saw your notice at 5, I'm like, how did I miss that?
Oh, you would have been early.
I would have been really early.
Okay. Outside of that, I don't have, anything, budget reviews are going on. I did put in, continuing, monies, for our arborist certification. Hopefully Brian, from DPW has gone through all of the coursework, and is preparing right now, for his exam. So hopefully he will be, passing that and being approved, and we'll have a city individual that's a certified arborist. We are looking to do a second person. There is an individual in DPW that is very interested, in it, so I'll be looking to promote him, and he's got background that will at least allow. So
Is that Tubby?
Yep.
You had mentioned.
Yeah. Tubby, I know he's Walter.
He's, Kevin.
Yes. So, and I don't know if you remember John Duvall. Yes, he's been back and forth now from Long Island, so he's interested in the commission. He's not a resident though of Kingston, so I said he's more than welcome to join our meetings, but, and I don't know if he's interested in helping us in other ways. But, he's not a resident of Kingston yet, so. But he's been in touch, and he was very good at helping us with our lists, tree lists. And he's also been working with Brian, giving Brian materials, assisting himself. kind of mentoring, which is great. That's good. Yeah. Right. I did put money in a contract, line, thinking that there are a lot of needs for pruning assistance and removal assistance. Yeah. I don't know if that will carry through the council. We had a discussion with the mayor about how DPW kind of fits into the whole dynamic of that process. So we are working on maybe revamping that whole process, getting DPW a little bit more involved. Yeah, yeah. If anybody wants, yeah, any pruning, if it's within the public right of way, yes, it has to come before the commission for the review. Pruning, removal, and planting. And planting, people, I have to give approval to plant a tree. Well, yeah, because people will plant an inappropriate tree in the public right of way. Then, ultimately it ends up being a disaster. We don't want that from the get-go. So if you want a certain type of tree, you can plant it on your property, but in the public right of way, we want to have a little bit of oversight as to what is going in there. We want to make sure it's a tree that is going to withstand, where it's located. You don't put an oak tree in a 2-foot wide strip, okay? It looks good for a couple of years and then it becomes a disaster. We like to avoid that situation if possible. And it's also good because we get an opportunity to work with the public on, how to plan it correctly. Good for a couple of years.
Yeah, with this whole structural soil thing, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's a whole new.
Yeah, it's actually not new. I mean, the structural soil is not new. It's just, it took a while for it to really catch on. And I think, there were some experiments, particularly obviously where it was developed at Cornell University. It was used in a lot of demonstration type projects there on the campus and off campus. And those have really been, pilots and shown that it works. It's a system that works. It's been mimicked, right? And, as well. And, so the theory is out there. So it will be, it can be manufactured elsewhere.
Is that recommended for homes?
As well. It's an option, but it has shown that, in utilizing it and correctly installing it, that it's been able to allow the tree to grow without disturbing the hardscape above the root system structure. So, it's been proven to be, really effective. And so it's we're trying to, get it to be utilized. Other than that, I don't have anything. Yes, Tanya?
Thanks. They were just talking about the benefits of having people have to do a permit to install a tree. We've got a lot of work to do with the city too. It's mostly done through grant funded projects, but now there's talk about doing a sidewalk district. But there's a lot of need for upgrading the particularly multimodal infrastructure. And we've got this form-based code. This Thursday is the public meeting that will let you know what's going on, what's new in the second draft. The end of this month is the deadline for feedback on it. I don't know of any feedback that's been given from the tree commission yet, what your plans are for that. But given all of this that I just said, I think it's vitally important to have a code that is up to date. And I know that the code currently is not up to date. It's got tree lists that you routinely have people ignore. So why not take advantage of this opportunity and let them know what you think? I also want to get clarification last month, not last month, the month before I was here, and I asked about it, and I didn't, after I rewatched it, I feel like I didn't really understand the response. It was something about the tree list changes too often to put it in the code. So does that mean you're gonna take the list out? And then also, you don't wanna have to go before the common council. I don't wanna go before the common council at what point? When you have to change it every
Right,
once in a
the
while?
idea is to have the list, the approved list, or the appropriate list of trees be, because it is something that is not, a constant, that we want to be able to, at the commission level, update that. And, whether it's removing a tree that's been found to become problematic or a bit more invasive or have an issue.
Like, when you got too many of that kind of tree all of a sudden.
We want to be able to react to that more quickly. We want to do the tree, we want to keep maintaining a list that, we can change quarterly or annually.
So you don't wanna, you're gonna take the list out of the code, is that what?
Yeah, the idea is to remove the list from the code, but the code, have the code updated to reflect other things. I don't know that I want, I don't wanna put what the tree ordinance in the zoning code. That's what you're saying. I don't think that's what we want
The
to see.
zoning code, because the form code does have street design standards.
It does have street design standards, yes, but I don't believe that the tree commission portion of the code belongs in the form, it belongs to the zoning code. That's why.
Not in the zoning code?
No, I think it belongs in the city code, absolutely. That governs the tree commission.
Okay, and so it would be, so the code right now, it says that you have to, what the process is if you want to put a tree in, and then their recommended trees. So are you gonna do a separate action and have the trees taken out of the code, the list of trees, or is the tree? Because that's a real problem. I think people think that you approve certain trees, or that you're asking for certain trees, and it's wildly out of date. There's like rapid repairs and
Right, this commission would approach the council to remove the trees that are listed in there, but I think what we had said last time is we started the process and we have not followed through, granted. Limited staff time and limited commission time, but the idea is really to update the entire portion of the city code that governs the city tree commission.
Okay.
And as part of that, removing that listing from the city code and keeping that just as a document, referencing that this commission will maintain a list of appropriate trees for certain areas. But it would be maintained at the commission level. It wouldn't be something, if we want to adjust it, we have to go back to the council and ask them to just adjust the list.
Okay.
We didn't feel that was efficient use of any.
Right. I somehow missed that before that. So thank you for that clarification. So regarding the street design standards, are you guys gonna put some feedback in? Because it's pretty trees are a big part of the street design standard. It won't be like what your mission is every month, but they've got two kinds of styles for different streets. They've identified the LA style and the natural scape style. And that is not actually all the same kind of tree, it's actually just the planting style. I was kind of hopeful that it wasn't the same planting style. I know there's, you don't have to be biodiverse in every single block. It can be a block that has replanted and you had this great ceiling. I thought that was, I was disappointed that wasn't happening. But we haven't heard anything from the tree commission to the zoning code at all. So are you guys gonna do it after the second draft, or are you guys gonna, because I don't think you're meeting before, again, and I wasn't on the agenda for today.
No, if the commission, I know the planning board will be making recommendations at staff level, we are making recommendations. If the commission is interested, can certainly look at the code. It is online at engagekingston.com, you mentioned that already before. And if you want to, put it on next month's agenda, we're happy to do that. Okay.
And if you guys have time or you've got neighbors that you've talked to a lot with trees, I know that they're meeting on Thursday night, but they're also meeting with certain stakeholder groups. And they've got openings on Thursday at 4 p.m. or on Friday afternoon. So if your neighbors or if there's a few members of the commission who want to get in touch with Bar Talk and let them know, hey, we've got some new thoughts here, and can we have a meeting about trees now for this round? Because this is the last opportunity for the public. It very well may not be the last opportunity for commissions. It's not the last opportunity for the common council elected officials, and I think possibly other officials, representatives are going to be able to have other opportunities, but this month is the last opportunity for your neighbors to really have their individual say without convincing an official to speak for them. Common council elected officials, and I think possibly others. And it's a really awesome thing that we're doing here. It's so needed.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, call for a motion to adjourn. Our next meeting will be October 11th. Motion to adjourn. Abby? Second? Okay, all in favor? All right.
It'll be in person again.
It will be in person, yes. Yep.
I have a question for you. The comment that Sue made, where